everybody, and welcome to another interview with the gorgeous Bling Angels. And today we are meeting Bling Angel Claire. Hi, Claire.
Hi, Auntie.
Thank you so much for coming along today. I always love to start the interview with how we actually came into one another's life. And Claire and I actually met at Misty Hinkle's birthday lunch at a funny little Chinese restaurant right down in the basement somewhere. I'd never been there before, but the food was good, wasn't it?
Oh, it was good. I actually went there when I was at university, so it's been around for quite some time.
Oh, okay. I'd never been there, but I really liked it. It was really good fun. And I remember Claire came in and I thought, oh, I just felt this instant pull towards you, Claire. And I thought, I'd love to come and sit next to you. But I ended up sitting next to Misty. And I remember when we went upstairs, everyone said, oh, now let's go for coffee and cake somewhere. I'm like, oh my God, it's going to keep going. Okay. And I remember I came up to you and said, oh, are you coming along? And you said, I'm sorry, I have to get back to work. And I was really disappointed. I said, oh, okay, then. I said, I'm sure we'll get to connect some other time. And I thought, God, she must think I'm weird. You didn't even know me. And it was so funny. And then we met at business at breakfast, I know. And then we had a one-on-one and we really got to know each other. And then I expressed what I was doing with everybody, and Claire decided that she'd love to be a part of this journey of healing hearts all over the world and really helping women show up for themselves and being all that they can be. And so that is how we met, which was really great. And I just love being in your company. It's always great fun. We went for an hour lunch a few weeks ago and it ended up a 3.5-hour lunch. So I think we've all learned we just need to book longer lunches. We were lucky.
That's right.
I was actually worried that you weren't going to get to pick your kids up on time.
Oh, I was a little bit late. They weren't particularly happy, but I mean, if I didn't have them to pick up, I'm not sure we would have left before dinner.
Oh, I know. Probably would have just ordered another round. Oh, the food is so good there when we went to that Thai restaurant. So good. So good. So I'm going to ask a series of questions so that you can get to know Claire. I just love her and I know you're going to love her too. So Claire, what I'd love for the first question is, tell us a little bit about yourself. Just in 3 to 4 minutes, tell us a little bit about who you are.
Sure. So I'm currently living in the bush capital of Australia, which is Canberra. But I grew up in a small country town in rural New South Wales. So I'm actually quite a bit of a country girl. I've baled hay and dug ditches and, done jobs around outside. I'm quite an outdoorsy person. And I really enjoyed that part of my life. And then I went to university in Canberra when I finished school, and I studied law and commerce. And when I finished university, I went to Sydney. I was there for a couple of years, but I had the pull to come back to Canberra, and I've been here ever since. So I really like it. I've got 3 children, and I'm married, and we have a dog, and I love taking my dog out for walks.
I know, I love your little doggy too. I love it when your pretty muffin is going for his little walks as well. He's so cute. Oh, that's really good. Yeah, that's lovely, Claire. Is there anything else that you'd love to share?
Oh gosh, so many things. I have my own business, which I've been running for it's nearly 10 years. And each year, I'm always looking to learn and develop and add more skills. After university, I continued studied and I became an accredited specialist. I became a mediator and a family dispute resolution practitioner. And when the Bling Angel training came along, I was just so excited, and I had to put my hand up to be a part of that. And I'm really, really happy to be part of this.
Yeah. Oh God, we are so happy you're a part of it as well. Our first intake is beyond amazing, isn't it? The energy, and each woman just exudes love. It's just, that's what I would call this group, the group of love. Everyone's just wanting so much for everyone in the group, and it's just been amazing. And we haven't even got to retreat yet.
That's right. That's right.
And,
Yeah.
and it's all unfolded because of COVID, that we've done a lot more training online, which I've enjoyed immensely. And it was all something that we didn't even know that we were going to do. So, yeah, no, it's absolutely fantastic. I love that. I remember you telling me once a story about your dad that you used to do a lot of work outside with your dad.
Yeah, so I mean, growing up on the farm, we would do so much stuff. I remember we were wood carting one day. I'm not sure if this is the one that I told you, but we were wood carting, and I accidentally had my finger on the tray of the ute, and he dropped the wood down, and my nail was not happy about that. And so that was very painful, but I enjoyed being out there doing the work. What was devastating for me, though, was I had piano exams like in the next couple of weeks.
That's a story. Yeah.
And I was trying so hard to play the piano, but my finger was wrapped up in a very big bandage. And every time I pressed a key, one or two extra notes would be played. And unfortunately, I couldn't do my exams.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a bit devastating. But since that time, I played it for a little bit longer. But there's sort of ebbs and flows in your life, and there's things when you do things a lot and things when you don't. I mean, when I was at university, I actually didn't read a lot of novels for enjoyment. It was always textbooks. And after that, I've enjoyed reading more now, and same with music as well. Recently, I think it was last year, just before COVID hit, we fortunately bought a piano, and I've been playing that again recently, and I'm not crash hot at it, but I really enjoy it. It's just this beautiful connection between the mind and the body, and you just do what you can.
Yeah, no, music just fills your soul. That's the story I remember now, that I wanted you to share, is how you had reconnected with that passion as a child, how much you loved playing the piano. And I remember your finger, and then because I think a lot of people give things up at certain periods of their life because things just change. And I suppose that was one of those pivotal points that things changed.
Yeah, it was. And it's actually really nice because it was my mum who had the love of the piano, and when she comes over to visit, because she doesn't have a piano in her home anymore, when she comes over, she loves just coming and playing, and it's really beautiful to hear her play.
Oh my goodness, the children would love that.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Especially
they would think Nana's very clever.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, that's so cute. Okay, well, let's keep going with our questions. What has been your biggest challenge in life, and how did you jump through the hoop? And are you still working on it, or are you through it?
I think that's actually a really difficult question, because experiences of challenges are always very personal. So what might look really easy to one person is very challenging to another. Like some people struggle with working in an environment when there's a lot of noise, and to someone that's actually easy. So I think it's difficult to say. I would say it's just continual problems that arise and trying to address them. And they seem big at the time, but in hindsight, perhaps they're not as big as they seem. So things like, when I started my business, there was this stage of, well, firstly, do you start a business? Because I was already working. I was really good at my job. I enjoyed my colleagues. Do you take that risk of stepping out and doing something which you've never done before? So things that are new, things you don't know where you're going to land. You don't know how low the floor is, how high you have to jump, and just trying new things. So I would say my life and my business is always challenges. They seem bigger than what they are to start with. And in that sense, I'd say that they're continual, but for me, it's like the mindset of not looking them as problems or really big challenges, but learning how to work with them, find solutions, and not look at them as something that's negative or bad. It's really an
it just is.
To grow. Yeah. And that's very difficult. I think that's quite, like, yes, great to say in theory. In practice, that's much harder. But that's what I enjoy doing. You know, people, you know, when they have problems or issues, to look at them as opportunities to create a better life, rather than, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening, or I can't believe that, and putting the blame externally, but taking back some of that power and making decisions. And, you know, even though you don't even have control over everything that's going around, finding that peace within as you're experiencing challenges as they arise.
Oh, I love that. I love that, that when you are under pressure and that you're challenging things, to stay peaceful.
Yeah.
And that's not
Definitely.
always easy, because there's so many heightened emotions when there's a challenge, that if you can come back to that breath work or back to peace, you can't change what's happening. Often things that are unfolding in front of you that are a huge challenge, sometimes they're not changeable, but you have to go through them, not round.
Yes. I think you actually have a lovely card in the Find Your Bling game about that, don't you?
I do.
To go straight through the storm is the quickest.
I love it. It's actually from Marianne Williamson. It's one of the cards in the inspiration deck, and it says, go through, not round. And the reason that she teaches that is, she says that the buffalo, when they see a storm, they never go round the storm, they go through the storm. Isn't that beautiful? That landed whatever was happening in my life at the time. I cannot remember, but like you're having a challenge and you're looking for a solution. And I remember that when I read that in her book, it was probably much more articulated than that, because she's incredibly articulate. I just took, go through, not round. I got it.
Yeah.
I just needed the quick version. And I just remember whatever was going on in my life, I just remember that I'm going through. I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to face whatever's happening, and we'll get through the other side. And of course you do. So I love that. I love that your biggest challenges is actually looking at the challenges and looking for solutions, which is obviously then something that you're going to be incredibly good at helping people with, and teaching people to get to the other side, which I know that you already do in your career, and now you'll be doing it in another way as well. You'll be just adding more, another layer.
Yes.
I love that. All right, oh, sorry about that. Can you see that? Something just popped up on my screen. That was weird. That was funny. What are you most passionate about right now in your life, Claire?
What am I most passionate about? I would say, this is going to sound very unusual for people who know me or have known me before. I'm going to say creating, because I've never seen myself as someone who was artistic or really a creator. So I think what I've learned in, as time has gone on, that I am creative and I can make things. And it's kind of like breaking out of probably years of schooling and education and going, great, that's a beautiful box and it has a beautiful purpose. But what can I do to create even more, like thinking outside of the box and making things? And so as part of my business, I've been, making courses, and I've been writing pages for a book, which it's not out yet, because I now realize it's not one book. There's more than one book there. So it's creating, and I really like writing and making new things like the courses. I think there's the connected course, which is connecting with your word of the year.
Yeah.
And just finding ways of exploring life and living life to the fullest.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, just getting more out of life. Was it creative also in an art form? Because obviously you created a business, you've created a family, and you create lots of wonderful moments. But do you think it's also tapping into that, the more arty side, or is it both?
Look, I think it's probably both. But it's really opening myself up, rather than, thinking that things need to be a certain way, but looking at looking at it more broadly and coming from it from different angles. So even the fact that I'm playing music, that feels more creative to me.
Yes.
Not just reading the notes and playing it, but also like playing with tunes. And even the kids, actually recently we've shown them GarageBand so that they can create their own beats, and we've got the microphone and we add, you know, songs over the top. It's certainly not for publication, but it's just creating and making things. I think probably if I look back at my life, I can see where creation has happened. Like my husband and I spent many years before children renovating houses and making things new and different. But it's drawing from different areas and just creating something based on, you know, the life experience that you have, what your knowledge is, because it's always unique. I mean, people can do similar things, but it's your life experience is always unique. And I think that's, you know, what we're here to do, is to share what we do know and help others along the way and receive help along the way.
Yeah, and bring our own unique gifts. I love that. Yep, that's so true. I love that, Carl. That's Carl. Sorry, I interviewed Cara yesterday. I was getting your names put together. Sorry, Claire.
Oh, she's beautiful. I'm quite happy to be confused with her, can I say?
That's okay. It's okay. Okay, the next one is, what's one thing you could share with women that would help them? It's like your golden nugget. What's your golden nugget that you think that when you share that with a woman, there are women out there that would go, oh, that is good. You know, like, I would like to try that on. I think that could work for me as well. What's your one golden nugget?
Yes. My nugget is to trust yourself. I mean, there's a lot of things that we grow up with, we hear, we listen, and when you explore and when you travel, you see different ways of how things can be done. When you're in different positions and different roles, you know, what I really like about the Bling Angels is that we're actually from all different backgrounds, and we can all learn and share and hear things from each other. But by listening to others and seeing what others do and how they think about things, actually then draws us back to ourselves and go, well, how do I actually feel about this? What do I actually think about this? And it's going into yourself and pulling out the beautiful gems that are there that we may not have realized were there. I think we have actual endless wisdom within us, but we don't always trust it. So my nugget would be to trust yourself, and that's an ongoing journey for all of us. You know, we often ask others for advice and tips. That's perfectly fine, but when the decision is not so clear, and you know, you can ask 10 people and you can get 10 different answers, sometimes you need to go back to, what do I think? And when I think, you know, there's moments in my life where you make decisions which don't make a lot of sense, logical sense. It would be easier to do something else, but you feel really called to do that. I think you have another card like that, where, you know, you can make decisions with your heart and take your head with you. Yep. So you can be led by your heart, and, you know, use both, use all parts of your body and soul to help you make decisions and guide you.
Yeah, I love that. And I think that going back to that trusting yourself again, it's about trusting your intuition. Because how many times as women have we gone, I really shouldn't do that, and then you do it and you're like, well, I actually was told not to do it and I still did it. Or you go into something and you go, I just knew that was right. I just knew that was right. I remember when I was saying to all the angels, I know Cara's joining us, but I don't know how. Yes. Do you remember that? I just knew. I couldn't explain it to you. And then, like, I don't know, about 6 weeks later, Kari rang up and, you know, said, yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm like, I can't believe it. It's funny how sometimes you just know things and you don't know how you know them. You don't even need to know. You just know. But it is trusting yourself. And that was a big thing for me to put out to everyone as well. Because, you know, when you're trusting yourself, sometimes you put something out and then you go, oh, maybe that wasn't right. And then, of course, it always unfolds that that was meant to be in some form, whatever
Yes.
form it was. Yeah, that's a good golden nugget. I like that. Trust
Yeah.
yourself. Get back to that good old intuition.
Yes.
It's a good place to come from. And I really think that when we go back to that trusting self, life becomes smoother. It's not that you still don't have things happen, but life just gets easier.
Yeah.
Have you ever
I think
noticed that?
as you know, I'm always sort of weighing up options and decisions. You can end up being quite confused. You know, when you put all the facts out there, you can still go, it's not clear what the answer is. So sometimes you just have to take a step that's not clear on the logical facts. And
That's right. Take that leap of faith and trust that the net will appear. Oh,
that's right.
I love that. I love that saying. That didn't make it into my game, but I still love the saying. I think it was good. A real good. Yeah. I was going to say something else on that, and it's just slipped my mind. Sorry, I was involved in what you were thinking.
That's all right. I was thinking actually of the time where we bought the house that we're living in now. I was not too keen on looking for a house. I was pretty happy where we were. We renovated it. It was beautiful. But my husband was like, no, we'll keep looking. And he showed me a few houses and I'm still like, no, I'm not sold here. And then this one he showed me and we were like, yes, it is. This is it. This is where it's going to be. I don't know how we're going to do it. It wasn't an easy logical or financial decision at all. But it was a beautiful decision and we love the house and we're actually doing some work on it at the moment. So it kind of feels like the old times.
Oh, that's so nice. With 3 kids helping as well.
Yeah, in a way.
That can get interesting, that helping bit, can't it? Hang on, we need Band-Aids. Hang on, we need... when I said, something's just slipped my mind, my father used to always say, ask 3 people their opinion on something that you feel stuck with, and then go away and just make your own decision, because at the end of the day, you need to wear the consequences of the decision that you make.
Yeah.
And that's a real goodie. Sorry, that just came to me when you were...
Oh, I think that's beautiful. And that's really how, like, I see the cards as being. It really helps to draw out that intuition. I mean, the angels are there to help guide, but at the end of the day, it's helping you to pull out what's there because you have that wisdom inside you.
Yeah, I think one of the things that I really love the way the angels work. Now, we all know that I'm totally in that everyone has their own answers, and you need great questions and you need great affirmations. And that's what the game consists of, is great questions and great affirmations. But it's lovely when you get that question and you're with an angel and then they're able to help expand on it.
Yes.
And I think that's the magic. That's why I always say we're part magical and part practical, because the fact is you need the practical, but you need a little bit of magic too. And that's that jumping in the net will appear.
That's so true. And I mean, I know that from personal experience because all the angels have been part of providing that and receiving that. And it's been actually so beautiful to have the angels, when I've had that angels guide me with the cards as well.
Yeah, it's so great.
That support, that love, I think it's so beautiful.
Yeah, and it's that bit also where, like, even when I've been working with you all and we've been, swapping and having training, it's absolutely beautiful when you've put the card and the angels just said one more thing to help it land.
Yes.
And it's just like, oh, that's what it was all the time. It's just, it's beautiful. I love that. Love that. Well, Claire, we are up to our Bling Quickie.
All righty.
Which I love. So I'm going to ask you this under 5 minutes, but we never take 5 minutes. So I think actually Kari and I may have yesterday gone for nearly 45 minutes. It was actually funny. She goes, oh, was that 20 minutes? I said, I don't think so. I think we've been here a bit longer than that, but we had a great time. So Claire, this is your Bling Quickies. Here we go. If you could eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Fruit salad. Definitely fruit salad.
What's your favorite fruit salad? Tropical?
Look.
Or lemony? What's your favorite?
Variety. I think mango. Mango is probably my favorite ingredients because it has the like the wetness that just spreads all over the other fruit. So it's delicious.
Oh, fruit salad is so good. So good. All right. And you'll take any fruit salad, and mango's your favorite fruit. Yeah.
think so. Yeah, I think so. I mean, there's just so many to choose. I like kiwi fruit and strawberries and blueberries and.
You like all the little sweeties. Do you like dragon fruit?
Oh, red, please.
Oh,
Yes.
me too.
Dragon fruit.
My favourite. So there
Yeah.
is a place here in Sydney called the Black something. I've lost it at the moment, but it's called the Black. Anyway, doesn't matter. I'll pop it below so everyone can look it up. And when the pink dragon fruit or the purple dragon fruit is out, they make a cake with it.
Oh.
So they're very famous for their watermelon cake, and it's absolutely amazing. My husband actually bought it for me for my 50th, and it was absolutely delicious. But the purple dragon fruit cake is my favorite, but my birthday, it wasn't in season. So they only use what's in season.
Yes.
But if you love dragon fruit, we are definitely going to be going for some of that cake. Oh my God, it is so good, so good. All right, that's not quite fruit salad, but it's a little bit of a naughty fruit salad. I love it. Claire, what's your favorite book you've ever read?
Favorite book? Look, I just read I read a nice one by oh gosh, I can't even remember her name now. It's Peach Spring Clean for this Peach Queen, and I like it because it's about Australian girl that goes back to a country town. So that's quite good. But my favorite is actually something a little bit unusual, which is Harry Potter. A friend of mine put me onto that, Namira, when I was working with her, and I thought, oh, that's a kid's book. I'm not going to read that. But she lent me the books and I couldn't put them down. They were brilliant. So yeah, it's good fun. If you are looking for a book to read, that would be my recommendation.
You just love Harry Potter. Have you ever been to the Harry Potter at Disneyland? That's meant to be amazing.
No, I haven't.
So at Disneyland, there's a whole section that is just Harry Potter.
Oh, wow.
I think you might like to put that on your bucket list.
Yes. I'm sure my kids would love to go there as well.
Oh, my God. Did you end up reading the book to the kiddies?
Well, I have a bit of a thing going on at the moment where I said they need to read it first before they watch the movies because...
Oh, that's clever.
Yes, your imagination, I don't know, it just seems much more enjoyable that way. But they're not all there yet. So I've had to let the oldest one start watching the movies. And then I think, you know what it's like, by the time the youngest one's there, we'll probably end up having watched them before they're finished. But they have started, and I have started reading to my middle daughter. I think we'll wait a couple more years for the youngest one. But yeah, the oldest one's able to read that by himself, and he loves it.
Oh, that's so lovely. And that's such a nice connection for you and him as well.
Yes.
You know, talking about the characters and all the exciting things they do.
Yeah, it's really good. And then we watched the movie together as well. And I was pretty impressed with how much he could remember from the book. And yes, that happened there. And he could almost predict what was going to happen next based on his memory of reading the book.
Wow, that's impressive. Yeah, because most people watch the movie, then read the book.
Yeah.
But then people always go, oh, the book was so much better.
Yes. Yes. All right. Yeah.
That's cool. All right, Claire, what makes you laugh the most?
The small things. It's the small things in life. So little words that my kids say to me that I think is just hilarious, or something my husband says. It's just noticing the little moments. I find that really brings a smile to my face. Yeah.
That means you would laugh every day.
Pretty much, quite a few times. I picked up my daughter from school today and she was saying, you know, I don't do this at school, but I want to do this at home. And she was explaining to me exactly why this was okay to do this. And I'm like, oh my goodness, it made me laugh.
I know, little girls are so adorable. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'm in on this one. What's going on here? So cute. All right, lovely. Next one. What song sums you up?
Oh, sums me up.
Yeah, what song would you say best sums you up?
So I would say Nachna Ondane by Tiger Style. So the song's actually by a group who have Indian heritage, but they live in Scotland, and they combine a range of different music genres, and I just think it's beautiful. Like when I listen to music, I love it when the Korean groups do this really, really well, where they introduce a whole range of different genres and put them all together and create this really interesting music. This one I find this one represents me because I'm interested in learning about other cultures, visiting other cultures, experiencing. I love travel. I love food. And yeah, this is, sort of represents me. And also my grandmother actually comes from Scotland. So there's that nice little extra touch there. Yeah.
Feels like a bit more connection.
Yeah.
So when our video goes up, please pop that in the link, because no one's going to be able to spell that, and so we will need that YouTube link in the comments below. Okay, I'll remind you to do that one, and I'm looking forward to hearing it myself because I haven't heard that yet, so I'll have a listen to that one. Is it upbeat?
It is. It sort of has a little bit of Michael Jackson beat in it at the start, and then at Bhangra, which is sort of the really like the Bollywood music. It's really good. They actually I think I might have first heard it on Britain's Got Talent. There was a guy who danced, and there's sort of a bit of a trick to it, a bit of a twist to it. It's really good. So I would recommend looking that one up too.
All right. Yep, that sounds really good. All right, two links below, because if we get the original and the Michael Jackson version. All right, sounds great. I love that. So now we come to our last of our 5-minute quickie, and it is, what is your specialty, Claire? What is your Bling Angel specialty? Something that you would love to go out and enrich lives with, that you're already doing, but now you'll be doing it in a much bigger way.
Connections and relationships, dreams, expansion, and just improving quality of life.
Yeah, I think your special gift is helping people with the stepping stones they need. Do you know when you're ready to expand, but there's no stones? I think you have this wonderful ability, and you do love nature so much. And because I follow you on Instagram and I watch where you are with your nature, it's absolutely beautiful, whether we're doing flowers or trees. But it's the one time I stop to catch my breath, which is really nice. I've anchored that now, that when I see that post, I breathe deep, and I love that. I love that. It was after a conversation we'd had about connection with nature, and I actually feel that's really the essence of you. It's almost like returning people home to who they can be, so they can get on those stepping stones and get to the other side of the river or get through the forest, but know the way. So that's how I see you.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's so beautiful.
Yeah, and probably because I've followed you for a few months now, I feel quite connected to that part of you, which I think a lot of people will really love, that you can tap into that for them. It's almost like you can see something in them until they can see it.
Yes. Yeah. Definitely.
Which is really lovely. Well, Claire, I cannot thank you enough for coming on our Bling Angel interview today. If you love Claire as much as I do, you just need to pop on the website, go to the Bling Angels, and you can connect with Claire. You can have one-on-ones with sessions with Claire. You can do one of her workshops. So all the Bling Angels have other beautiful qualities that I really ask them to bring into this as well. Claire will also be able to do event evenings for you with the game, corporate evenings. If you'd like to do corporate evenings, you just need to connect with Claire. So Claire, firstly, I just want to say a big thank you for coming along today. And I can't wait until we go to Barrel.
Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. It's been really good to have, even though, COVID always brings up little surprises, it's meant to be. And I've had the opportunity to meet all the angels, or some of them I have known before, but get to know them even better. And they're a beautiful bunch of women. So thank you so much, Angie, for bringing us all together.
No, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. I'm just so glad I call it an oversoul. Each oversoul comes together to do something magical, and this is what we're doing at the moment. So yeah, thanks Claire for being a part of it. I just am so grateful. I'm so grateful for all of you. Thank you so much. So until
Thank
next
you.
time, I will say goodbye for now and have a really great day. Okay, bye now.
Thanks. Bye.